G'day guys, welcome back to Masterclass Monday. David from Be Skill Be Fit. This week we're going to do catching. So we're going to go over to the van, get some gear out, then we'll come back and then we'll get started. G'day, here we are in the van. Let's grab some gear for our catching. So I'll grab a bucket. So remember, you can use lots of stuff that you've got at home. You can use some socks to practice your catching. So we'll grab some socks. Recycle bottles, they'll be a bit trickier to catch, but that's another good thing that we can use. We've got a couple of bean bags, a couple of our jellyfish. Lots of our people that we've seen out in schools know what our jellyfish are, so you can grab some squishy jellyfish, and we'll grab a couple of tennis balls as well. So I've got a few things that we can use for our catching. I'm going to grab a hoop that we can use to stand in, so we're not running all over the place, so we can try and stand in the one spot and do our catching. And let's not forget our drink bottle. If we're outside in the sun and we're moving around, we want to keep hydrated, keep drinking and doing that. So let's go and let's get started. Okay, catching. So we've got all our balls and our objects that we're going to throw. So two ways we can do our catching. We can go fingers down catching, where we have our little pinkies together for when the balls are coming down low at us and up to about this height, where we can get our hands into that position. Once the balls start coming from higher, we need to turn our hands over so our thumbs go together and our palms are facing up. Okay, so we've got fingers down catching when the balls are coming low, and then when the balls come from higher, we go thumbs together. Now remember, when the ball's coming down from higher, we don't want to put our hands here. Why, might you ask? Well, then you can't see. So remember, we want to keep our hands down under our chin, so when the ball's coming down, we can see it all the way into our hands. So that's our first part, getting our hands together and in the correct position. Remember, we don't want to have our hands this far apart. We don't want to be doing crocodile claps, otherwise the ball's going to go straight through. So we want our hands together. The other really important thing is our eyes. We need to track the ball all the way into our hands. We don't keep watching where it's coming from and keep watching that position while the ball's coming to us. We want to watch it all the way into our hands. So let's grab an object. We might start with our socks. And all I'm going to get you to do is I'll just move the hoop out of the way, throw the socks up and catch. Okay, so remember, our hands are staying together. We're only throwing up little ones, up and down. This is nice and easy to start with. Remember, we're watching it all the way up, all the way down, keeping our hands together. So we're not doing this. Okay, we want to keep those hands together and close those hands when the socks come into it. Okay, so let's try and stand in the one spot. So that's why I've got the hoop. You could maybe draw a round circle or a square, or you might have a square of concrete at home or anything like that, or you could put a towel down, but try and have something that you can keep yourself in the right spot. So feet apart, knees bent, we're going to be balanced as we're doing our catching. So hands ready, throw it up, watch it all the way down, all the way into our hands, and close our hands. Okay, if we don't close our hands, just going to grab the tennis ball. If we don't close our hands, it bounces off. So remember, we want to watch it all the way into our hands. Make sure we close our hands when it gets to the bottom. So what I want you to do, I want you to do 5. 3, 4, 5. Hopefully that's really simple. If not, do another 5 and keep practicing until you get that part right. Let's make it a little bit harder. This time when you throw the ball up, we're going to clap. Okay, so we're going to clap and concentrate. Now what the clapping is doing, it's giving me something else to do in the meantime, but what I want to concentrate with my eyes is on the ball still. Okay, so I don't need to watch where my hands are to clap. I can just clap normally without even looking. So it gives me my brain something else to focus on while I'm still watching the ball, still tracking the ball, still coming down into my hand. So let's go again with the clap catch. Clap and catch. Remember, eyes all the way up, all the way down, close our hands. Remember, pinkies together, okay? So let's go again. Okay, if you got the one clap, let's go two. Okay, remember, feet apart, knees bent, so I'm nicely balanced so I can move. If my throw's not quite straight, I can move with my body. Okay, up, two catches. Remember, we want to give with our hands as the ball comes down so it takes the power out of the ball. So that it comes down, so we give, so it's like catching an egg. We don't want the egg to break, so we're going to be nice and soft. Go up. Okay, once we've done two, we can go three. Whoa, that wasn't the best throw. We can go three, and down. Remember, all the way up, all the way down with my eyes, watching it all the way in. Now, we've seen this happen lots of times where people go, and they forget about the ball, and they say, I got 60 claps. Come on, we know you can't get 60 claps. Let's concentrate on the ball. Let's get as many claps as we can. Make sure we're counting. It's one clap, one count, not one clap, 10 counts. You can't count faster than your claps. And let's see how many you can get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did 5, did I? Or no? I've mixed that up. Okay, remember, eyes are got to stay on the ball all the way up, all the way down, and close those hands. Remember, soft hands. Let's give. Make our hands like a little bowl. Cup. The ball comes in. We close our hands. Wrap them around the ball so it doesn't fall out. If the ball's coming from higher towards you, we want to turn our fingers over. Okay, so we're catching it in there, thumbs together, and we wrap our hands around them. All right, remember, we don't want those hands up in front of the eyes because we're going to be able to watch it the whole way. So the ball comes up from higher, down under our chin, get our hands there. Now we need to catch with our fingers up when the ball's coming from higher or it's coming into this area, okay? Because we can't obviously get our hands up like this, so we've got to quickly switch our fingers over. So we've got our fingers pointing up, thumbs together, making that cup and closing our hands once we watch it all the way in. So a few things that I want you to practice. I want you to practice throwing it up, catching. I want you to practice throwing it up, doing your clap catch, see how many catches you can do. You can always also try throwing it up. Whoa, that wasn't the best one. You can also try throwing it up, turning around, keeping those eyes on the ball. You can try throwing it up, touching the ground, and then catching it. Anything like that that are gonna maybe distract you, give your body something else to think about, your brain something else to think about, while you're still trying to focus on the ball. So keep those hands together, eyes focusing on the ball, close those hands as they come in. So we can do all those things. The other things that we can try is we can try and catch one-handed. Okay, so throw it up, let's catch one hand. We can even try our left hand. Remember, we're still giving. Okay, so we're still like we're catching an egg. So nice soft hand so it doesn't fall out. Remember, wrap that hand around. So we can do our individual catch, our clap catch. We can turn around, we can touch the ground. Lots of different things that we can try. We can do our one hand catch. Okay, throw it up. As you get better and better, we can throw higher. Okay, so we can throw it right up. Watch and wait for it to come all the way down. Remember, we're watching it all the way. We want to watch it when it gets to the top. If you watch a ball, it goes up, there's an arc, and then it starts to drop. So we don't want to go chasing after it. We want to wait for the ball to come down for us. So as it's coming down, I don't want to reach up and try and catch it up here. I want to let the ball come all the way down in front of my eyes so I can see. So don't try and chase after it. Let the ball come to you. Nice soft hands. Make sure we're focusing on the ball and tracking and watching the ball. So watch it. Next time you can throw a couple of balls up and see for yourself. The ball goes up, it hits the top, and then it starts to arc down. That's when we want to move and get ourselves into position. Okay? So you can try a few yourself. You can try and throw them up a bit higher and move. Okay, remember, feet apart, knees bent. Keep balanced. Keep watching the ball, hands together. Make sure we give with it so it's nice soft hands, and close our hands around the ball. We don't want it to drop out. So I'm going to get a quick drink. Remember, you want to keep having a quick drink as we go, and then we'll go on to the next part. All right, so if you've also got somebody else at home, brother or sister, your mum or your dad, or family, friend, something like that, you can get them to throw it to you. So get them to throw it to you. Get some coming to your left side, get some coming to your right side. Okay, so we're going to be feet apart, knees bent, in position, and we're going to watch all the way in. Okay, remember we're staying balanced, get our body in behind the ball. Okay, so we want to go move with our, as the ball's coming, we want to stay balanced, get across. Okay, nice soft hands, catching position. That's it, move with our body, let it come in nice and softly so you can get someone to throw it to you. The other thing that we can do is if you've got a brick wall or a wall that you can use, we can practice throwing some against the wall and getting them ourselves. And now they're going to come at all different heights. We might have to move really quickly and get our fingers pointing up. Okay, so we're going to go and have a quick go at the brick wall and see how we go there. Okay, everyone's got the bins. All right, so we're going to find a spot against the wall. All right, so remember, feet apart, knees bent. We're going to throw against the wall and catch. Remember, it's going to come at all different angles. See if you can do 5 without dropping it. Okay, we can throw some up a bit higher. So we've got to remember, turn those hands around, thumbs together, make our little cup. Throw some so they're going to come up a little bit higher. I've got to move those hands quickly. Okay, some down lower. Then as we get better and better, we can make it a bit harder. You can come further back from the wall. Remember, we're going to throw. What's our throwing points? Step, point, throw. So make sure they're good throws. And we can throw back from further. And remember, we can throw harder or softer. Okay, if you throw softly, it's going to come back a bit easier for you to see, to catch, to get in position. And then as you get better and better, you can throw harder against the wall. It's going to come back faster, and you're going to have to build up your reactions and get faster at the skill. So if you see if you can get 5 in a row, see if you can get 10 in a row, see if you can get 20, see how many you can take. Move yourself back further, throw it harder, throw it softer. All different options for you. You can try some where you catch one hand. Catch one hand, catch one hand. Throw one hand to the other hand. Okay, remember those fingers go up. If it's down low, fingers pointing down. Okay, remember that one was up here, so I had to quickly turn my hands over. Lots of different ways that you can practice your throwing. You can get a friend, as I said, you can get a partner, you can throw and catch to each other. Remember your step point throw, good throws. Throw some to the side of each other so people actually have to move and stay balanced so that they can move, track the ball, watch it all the way into their hands with their eyes, and then do it. Maybe some of the other things that you could add in some of the drills from our underarm throw and our overarm throw. So you could come in, you could get the ball, you could catch, and then you could finish with a step point throw at a target, at the goal, at the bin, at a cricket stump. Remember, if we're doing our overarm throw, elbow up nice and high. Remember, we want to throw hard. Use some power. If we drop it down, we lose all our power. So elbow up nice and high, throw really hard. So practice overarm, underarm. You can mix that in with your catching. Lots of practice, get better and better. Start with where you're at. If you are only doing little ones, that's great, that's okay, start there. And you can build up to big throws, people throwing it at you, doing it quickly, doing it fast, and also having balls come at all different angles. You could maybe even get someone to hit you some with a tennis racket or from a cricket bat, where then you don't know exactly where it's coming and you've got to react really quickly, get those hands in position, watch it with your eyes, soft hands, give when the ball comes to you. Lots of practice. Go and give it a go, and we'll see you next time.